Most people assume aging changes the way you look, the way you move, or the way you feel. But they rarely think about how it changes the way you smell. And yet for millions of older adults, this is one of the most confusing and painful parts of growing older. Not because it's embarrassing, but because it can quietly affect how close people feel to you without anyone ever explaining why. The truth is, many seniors start noticing their grandchildren hugging them a little quicker, sitting a little farther away on the couch, or casually opening a window after a visit. And because no one wants to hurt their feelings, families stay quiet while seniors are left wondering, is something wrong with me? That silent worry grows heavier with time, especially for people who have always taken pride in being clean, tidy, and presentable. I once spoke with a woman named Margaret, a loving grandmother in her early 70s who kept her home spotless, washed daily, and never forgot her perfume. But one afternoon, she overheard her granddaughter whisper to her mom, "Why does Grandma smell funny?" She wasn't being unkind. She was just a child trying to understand something unfamiliar. But those innocent words cut Margaret deeper than anyone expected. She went home that night and sat at the edge of her bed, wondering how she could be doing everything right and still feel like she was slowly losing the closeness she cherished most. She wasn't alone. Many older adults face the same painful confusion, but are too afraid or ashamed to talk about it. So today, we're going to break that silence, gently, respectfully, and with absolute honesty. Because the truth is this, the scent that develops as we age is real, but it is not a sign of being unclean, and it is absolutely fixable. It's caused by natural biological changes that happen inside the body, not by anything you've done wrong. Your sweat glands shift, your skin chemistry evolves, and your mouth produces less moisture than it used to. These changes interact in ways that create a very specific smell younger people recognize instantly, even though older adults almost never notice it themselves. But the most important thing you need to hear is this: you are not powerless, and you do not have to feel distant or self-conscious around the people you love. Doctors rarely talk about this, not because it's unimportant, but because it's awkward. Families avoid the conversation because they're afraid of hurting feelings. And so millions of older adults are left feeling confused or embarrassed about something. That is entirely natural and entirely solvable. What you're about to learn today can restore your confidence, bring back comfortable closeness with your family, and help you feel fresh, clean, and respected again. No expensive products, no harsh chemicals, no complicated routines. Just simple daily habits that work with your body, not against it. In this video, we'll explore the real science behind age-related odor, the hidden areas of the body that most people accidentally overlook, the daily habits that can dramatically refresh your natural scent, and easy lifestyle changes that make a bigger difference than you could ever imagine. By the end, you'll understand exactly how to reduce, and in many cases, eliminate that unfamiliar scent older adults often worry about. And most importantly, you'll feel empowered again, because you deserve to age with confidence, closeness, and dignity. Now, let us begin by looking at why this smell develops in the first place, and why it has nothing to do with cleanliness. Aging brings many changes we can see: wrinkles, gray hair, slower steps. But one of the most overlooked changes happens quietly beneath the surface, in the chemistry of the skin, the function of our sweat glands, and the way our bodies release and process natural oils. This combination is what creates the distinct scent many older adults carry without realizing it, and understanding it is the first step toward fixing it. When we're young, our bodies naturally flush out waste and regulate odor through consistent sweating. That gentle daily perspiration helps remove toxins and keep the skin balanced. But as you reach your 60s and beyond, those sweat glands slow down dramatically. And while sweating less may sound like a blessing, it actually means the body releases fewer impurities, which causes them to linger on the skin instead. Those residues combine with the normal bacteria that live on your skin, creating a scent that people around you may notice long before you ever do. Another major factor is the way your skin oils change with age. Beginning around 50, the body starts producing a different kind of fatty compound in the skin's natural oils. This compound breaks down slowly on the skin's surface and creates a very particular smell, one that younger people recognize instantly, but older adults cannot detect. This scent isn't harsh or dirty. In fact, many describe it as slightly musty or earthy, and it clings to clothing, furniture, and bedding far more easily than you might expect. And no matter how clean you are, no matter how often you shower, this natural shift in oil production continues happening unless you know how to manage it intentionally. Add to that the fact that the mouth becomes much drier after 60, producing far less saliva, and suddenly you're dealing with another layer of odor coming from the breath. Saliva is your mouth's natural cleanser, and without it, bacteria grow faster and stick to the tongue, gums, and cheeks, creating a breath odor many seniors don't notice until someone subtly pulls away during conversation. Now, even though all of this might sound discouraging, the reality is beautifully simple. None of these changes are permanent problems. They are just natural shifts that require a slightly different kind of care than you needed in your younger years. And this is where most seniors accidentally miss the mark. It's not about how often you shower. Most older adults bathe regularly. The real difference comes down to where you clean. There are 3 areas of the body almost everyone overlooks, and they are responsible for nearly all age-related odor. First are the skin folds that deepen with age, behind the ears, under the arms, around the chest, beneath the breasts, inside the elbow creases, behind the knees, and along the folds of the neck and abdomen. These spots are warm, moist, and perfect for bacteria to grow, especially when mobility becomes limited and reaching those areas is harder. Washing these places intentionally, gently, and daily brings an instant improvement. The second overlooked area is the hair-bearing regions of the body. Most people wash their hair without truly massaging the scalp, leaving oil trapped at the roots where odor builds the fastest. The same goes for chest hair, underarm hair, and any area where coarse hair creates a place for sweat and oil to hide. Taking a few extra seconds to lather deeply and rinse thoroughly can be surprisingly effective at freshening your natural scent. The third most forgotten area is the feet. Not just the surface, but between the toes, around the heels, and along the bottoms of the feet where sweat glands are dense. Because feet spend hours inside socks and shoes, warmth and moisture create an environment where odor-causing bacteria thrive. Washing the feet carefully, then drying them fully before putting on socks or shoes, reduces lingering odors dramatically. But refreshing your scent isn't only about external cleaning. It is also about supporting your internal systems so your body can release fewer odor-causing wastes through the skin. One of the simplest and most powerful habits is drinking warm water first thing in the morning. Warm water stimulates digestion, supports the kidneys, and helps flush out the toxins your body naturally accumulates overnight. Many seniors start their day with coffee, which is perfectly fine in moderation, but coffee also dehydrates the body and thickens the saliva, making odor worse. Starting the day with one warm glass of water gives your body the gentle boost it needs to begin, cleansing itself from the inside out before the day even starts. Movement also plays a surprisingly important role. A slow 15 to 20 minute walk in gentle sunlight not only improves circulation and skin health, but also allows your body to sweat lightly, helping remove impurities and freshening your skin's natural scent. Early morning or late afternoon sunlight is ideal, and even a stroll around the yard or down the sidewalk makes a meaningful difference. Sunshine kills surface bacteria, elevates mood, regulates sleep cycles, and supports overall skin vitality, all of which help reduce odor. Proper bathing is also essential, though not in the way most people think. Many older adults prefer very hot showers, believing the heat helps loosen the joints or feels comforting. But hot water actually dries the skin, strips protective layers, and triggers the release of more oil, which worsens odor. Switching to warm water instead of hot helps preserve your skin's natural balance. Once a week, a warm soak can open pores and allow deeper cleaning, but daily hot showers often make things worse. And always dry your body completely afterward, especially the folds and creases where moisture hides. Diet is another quiet but powerful factor. Foods rich in antioxidants help reduce the natural oxidation process in the body, the process that contributes to the musty scent often associated with aging. Eating more apples, tomatoes, berries, whole grains, brown rice, and leafy vegetables supports your skin from the inside. Water-rich fruits like watermelon, cucumbers, pears, and citrus help your kidneys eliminate waste more efficiently, so fewer toxins escape through the skin. Surprisingly, garlic, when cooked, can also help reduce long-term odor by fighting internal bacteria and supporting the digestive system. And cutting back on greasy food, excessive coffee, and alcohol can prevent waste from building up in the bloodstream. Oral hygiene is equally important, especially as saliva production decreases with age. Brushing 3 times a day works far better for older adults than the usual twice-a-day routine. Adding a tongue scraper each morning removes the thick layer of bacteria that causes most bad breath. And chewing sugar-free gum made with xylitol boosts saliva naturally, keeping the mouth fresher throughout the day. Finally, your environment matters more than most people realize. Clean clothes, breathable fabrics, regularly washed underwear and socks, rotated shoes, and weekly bedding changes keep odors from lingering around you, even when your body is clean. Pillowcases in particular absorb oils from your hair and face every night, so washing them weekly brings an immediate improvement. Opening windows for 10 minutes twice a day refreshes your living space and prevents stale air from clinging to your clothes and bedding. When you combine these habits, intentional bathing, warm water, gentle sunlight, antioxidant-rich foods, proper oral care, clean fabrics, and fresh air, something remarkable happens. Older adults who once felt embarrassed or distant begin to feel comfortable again. Their grandchildren climb onto their lap. Their children linger longer. Their confidence returns. It's not about perfection. It's about understanding your body in this new season of life and giving it the support it deserves. Aging has a way of making people feel like they're slowly becoming invisible, especially when little things like a subtle scent they can't detect create distance between them and the people they love most. But what you've learned in this video should remind you of something important. None of this means you redoing anything wrong. These changes are natural, universal, and absolutely fixable. And the small habits we've talked about, drinking warm water, cleaning the often missed areas, walking in gentle sunlight, caring for your mouth, choosing the right foods, refreshing your clothing and bedding, and letting fresh air into your home, are not just hygiene tips. They are acts of self-respect. They are small steps toward reclaiming closeness, confidence, and comfort in your own skin. You deserve to feel comfortable in your body at every age. You deserve to be hugged tightly, embraced without hesitation, and approached with warmth instead of distance. And you deserve to walk into a room feeling confident, not worried about what others might notice or think. Every one of the seniors whose stories you heard today made simple, gentle changes. None of them needed expensive products or harsh routines. They just needed the right knowledge and the willingness to try, and their lives changed because of it. The same can be true for you. So if this video helped you feel understood, encouraged, or simply hopeful again, please take a moment to support this channel. Click the like button so more older adults can discover this guidance. Subscribe so you never miss another video made with care and compassion for your stage of life. And if even one of these habits resonated with you, whether it was drinking warm water, bathing more intentionally, or washing those forgotten areas, share your experience in the comments. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to take their first step. Thank you for spending this time with us. Thank you for caring for yourself. And thank you for allowing us to walk beside you as you age with dignity, clarity, and confidence.